Hey guys, Pyker here, and welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Reach. Last episode, I decided that we would mess around with some VTOL. I spent about the past hour designing some VTOL aircraft. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. Some of them surprisingly worked, even though they look like they shouldn't. Like this one, for example. I have no clue as to why this thing works, but it seems to work just fine, or at least it did previously, though I did just make a couple adjustments to it, so it might not work now. I don't know. Maybe it was a fluke before, but I'm gonna go ahead and launch this guy up and see if we can fly it. And I think the test for our VTOL engineering will be to land on top of the VAB. So that's what we're gonna shoot for. These engines, these little propeller things, mabobbers are, they're basically VTOL engines for the most part. And they run off of electricity. I don't know why, but they do, apparently. So, yeah, we have a bunch of batteries and some solar panels. I just added the solar panels. That is literally the only thing I changed. Um, so, let's see if this thing will work. I'm actually hoping it will. I think it'd be pretty sweet if I can get this thing to go. So we're gonna light up these four little spinny rotor engine thingies. And there we go. That's oh geez. It wants to tilt backwards for some reason, but there goes all of our solar panels, and there goes our fuel. Can you see how fast this is using our battery or our electric charge? It is blasting through our electric charge right now. So we're gonna try to get over to the VAB as soon as possible to try to land. I'm gonna keep this window open just to keep an eye on just keep an eye on our fuel essentially. I'm hoping that we can actually somehow manage to land this thing over here. I have high hopes that we'll be able to pull it off, but I could be wrong as well. It wants to tip backwards for some unknown reason. Oh, like that. For example. Oh, at least it'll slow me down to a stop. Gotta throttle up, throttle up, throttle up, throttle up, throttle up, throttle down, throttle down. Oh god. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're steady. We're steady. Forward just a little bit. Oh geez. Okay. Alrighty then. Okay, no. That's pretty sensitive roll mechanics there. Oh, I keep spinning all over the place. Okay. We're getting close. We're gonna kill the engines. Kill the engines. Okay. I count it. Count it. Everybody count it. Jebediah is alive and on the roof of the VAB. Kind of. Count it. I'm counting it. Screw that. That counts. I don't care what you guys say. That counts. That totally counts. Yeah, let's let's take a screenshot of that. Oh, count it. Anyways. Whoa. Oh, debug console. I don't want to do that. There we go. Get rid of that. Okay. Well, let's recover this vessel. Successful flight. All right. Well, now we'll actually switch over to a VTOL aircraft that actually works, and it might look a little familiar. And the only reason I say that is if any of you guys actually watch Scott Manley, I basically took his design and basically kind of tried to make it my own a little bit, but realistically, it almost looks exactly the same as his design. It's a little different. It's got some air brakes on it. It's got the wings are different. It's essentially the same thing, but it's his idea that with these two engines right here and an engine on the back. I tried using, if we could find them, these guys right here, these VTOL engines, but they're so wonky. Their controls are weird and they don't want to cooperate. And I tried using them. They don't have nearly as much thrust. They don't have any thrust really to lift a solid aircraft off the ground. So I said screw those and went with Scott Manley's design. So there, there you go. Like I said, it's not exactly the same. It's got a Karbonite engine on the back, these turbojets and some air intakes, and it's got air brakes too. It's also got RCS on it, so if it feels like tipping or doing weird things, I can have the RCS kind of help me out in that respect. So we're gonna go ahead and launch this puppy, and we'll do all the testing that we need to do. So we need to do a regular runway takeoff and landing, and we also need to do a vertical takeoff and a landing. So we'll do the regular runway takeoff and landing first, and we'll go from there. So hopefully this actually works. I also have the engines hotkeyed onto the rear engine. The main engine is number 1, the 2 side engines are number 2, and number 3 is these air brakes, which are probably going to come in handy at some point for probably slowing down whenever we land. We're literally just going to take off and then come back down for a nice landing. So we'll go out, do a little loop, and then we'll come back down and see if we can land this puppy. And it is not wanting to nose up. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's not good. I don't want to turn it either because it'll freaking explode. Okay, yep, just a little bit of turning. Oh, get off the ground. Whew. Alright, we're off the ground. Good news. We are kind of at full throttle with this main engine in the rear, but we are flying. Nonetheless, we are flying. So that is a successful takeoff, if you ask me. So we'll do a quick little turnaround. We'll actually slow our thrust down a little bit so we don't have too many G-forces put on this aircraft so it doesn't break into 2 or 5 or 8 pieces. Keep the G-forces down. I'm keeping an eye on our G-force down here just to make sure that I don't overcook it with the amount of G's so the wings rip off or something. So we're going to cut the engine completely now, and we're going to try to glide in preferably to the landing strip here. We might have to actually use our air brakes to help slow us down for a reasonable speed of a landing, which will probably be, I don't know. Well, I'm just winging it here, guys. I don't really know. I just tested it to make sure it flew, kind of, and then I started recording this episode. So this is all new to me. Oh, this is actually this is turning out pretty nice. It's gliding nicely. It's not, going nuts. We'll just tip up a little bit, just a little, get a nice soft landing. Take our air brakes, put those puppies on, and use those to help slow us down, which they are doing an astoundingly good job. There we go. Look at that. Nice takeoff, regular landing. It's a fully capable regular aircraft, surprisingly. And now we got to test the fun stuff. So, we're going to light up our 2 main vertical engines, and we'll see if we can get this puppy off the ground. And I think we need to be just a hair above a third of throttle. That should get us off the ground. It has a tendency to want to go forward for some unknown reason, but try to counteract that a little bit. There we go. Look at that. It's so cool. Like, I'm definitely going to keep this aircraft because it is just so neat. I also changed the controls so that these wings, or our outside control surfaces on our actual wings, are for our roll. The pitch are on these 2 wings, and the yaw, I think it's the yaw, is just on this guy. So we have very distinct, very distinct takeoff, like, controls. So essentially, like, I can't turn by accident by pressing A or D. A or D is just going to yaw me left or right, whereas Q and E are what actually rolls me, which will be used to actually move side to side, because, I mean, that's just common physics, really. And we are an FAR, too. We are using Ferram Aerospace. Ferram Aerospace is working perfectly fine, so I'm astounded that it works, but it works in Ferram as well, so props to Scout Manley for a great design. Oh god, I keep getting everything confused. Okay, we need to go backwards. We need to throttle down, but just a hair because I don't want to, like, fly into the ground. So we should come to a halt and then start going back down. So we just got to kind of keep it level for the most part until we start going back down. Okay, come on. You can go ahead and start going back down. Please. Please start going back down. Oh, we're hovering. I think this is the first time I've ever actually gotten this thing to hover for the most part. Just need to adjust. Alright, we're starting to go down just a little bit, but we are going down, so that's good. Man, this is very difficult to control. I'm just going to tell you guys now. It is not the easiest thing in the world to control. Oh my god. Because then I start fat fingering and hoping that I don't... Oh god. We're coming in a little quick. Coming in a little quick. That's okay. Oh... Kill the engine. Kill the engines. Okay, stop. Brakes. Whew. Guess what, guys? We just landed on the roof of the VAB. Yes! That was the first time I've done that, and that was really hard. These things are really hard to fly, guys, just so you were aware. Whew. That was interesting. Alright, well, let's do some VTOL stuff. For example, we'll throttle this puppy back up to where our hover speed was, which seems like one notch over a third thrust. That seems to be enough to get us to hover for the most part. So we'll see if that actually is the truth here. I like being able to, like, tip it. It's gonna lift off here, and I'm gonna start going backwards and panic. Okay, maybe we need a little more thrust to get us off the ground. There we go. There we go. Just enough. Just enough to get you off the ground. I gotta take a screenshot. I'm hoping that I can take a screenshot while I'm still flying this thing. Here we go. Okay. Okay. And... maybe do one of these. Okay, I got a bunch of screenshots. Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy I have a bunch of screenshots. Let's bring our gears up, and let's actually put this VTOL to test. So we'll throttle up quite a bit, and we'll get this thing getting to a speed here. We'll start our rear engine, kill these two engines, and throttle up, and hopefully we'll be able to take off before we hit the ground. Pull up, you got it. Yeah, that's so neat. That's so cool. I don't know why I didn't build one of these earlier. These things are friggin' cool, if I do say so myself. And I do. Now we gotta figure out how we can transfer into VTOL mode. So let's do a little round. Ooh, didn't want to kill the engine. I just wanted to slow it down. There we go. Okay. Let's do a little swoop around here. We'll come over to the airstrip, and we'll see if we can do a VTOL landing on the surface of the airstrip. I think that would be really cool. God, I love this airplane. It's so much fun. It's just something new and different that I've never done before that is actually really, really fun. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to kill this engine. Kind of let... Oh, air brakes actually slow us down quite a bit. Fire these two engines. Throttle up. We're still moving forward, which is fine. We're still gliding, essentially. Throw our air brakes on real quick. That'll be the best to slow us down, really. But we probably could just, like, pull up and turn to help slow us down. But we'll kill our horizontal velocity completely right now with these air brakes. And I kind of want to try to land on the VAB again. Okay, so we need that much thrust probably. Okay, oh, starting to get a little wonky. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, panic, panicking. Okay, throttle down, throttle down, throttle down. Okay. I was panicking, I'm not gonna lie, that was terrifying to me. I mean, look how much like I just panic thrusted and it got us super high. Way higher than I was hoping that it would, but yeah. I don't have parachutes on this thing either, so VTOL landing is the only option. Or, you know, a regular landing will work too. I also love this that I can do this. Oh, not that. That I can spin this aircraft. I think that's just so neat. I don't know why I think it's neat, but I think it is neat. Just spinny, spin, left and right. It's like a real Harrier jet. Alright, let's kill our thrust. Let's actually spin this way so I can kind of figure out what I'm doing here in relation to the VAB. Gotta go backwards a little bit, that's for sure. Okay, we're gonna start falling at some point here real soon. That's the only problem with using turbojets as your thrust for these, because you have spool up and spool down times. So it's like, I mean, you saw how long it took for me to panic thrust from hitting the spaceplane hangar. Oh, and this thing does not like going backwards. It wants to like turn whenever I go backwards, which is understandable, I guess. I don't know why it would want to turn, but okay, we need to start throttling up to try to counteract our fall here. Okay, throttle back down a little bit. Let's do a couple little adjustments. We are pretty much lined up. I keep pressing left or A and D. Yeah, I keep pressing A and D and it's like screwing up my whole flight trajectory here. Okay, we are still coming down. Yes, at about 5 meters per second, which is, if I could keep this as our descent speed, I will be happy. We just need to kind of move forward just a little bit. Concentrating. Concentrating. Must concentrate as I'm trying not to destroy this aircraft. Okay, I gotta throttle down a little bit just so we can start descending again. I seriously have the utmost respect for people that actually fly like Harriers. Those dudes are crazy. This would be absurdly difficult. Okay, we are coming in a little hot, but I don't want to panic thrust. Oh, kill the engine. And the brakes are on, and I forgot about it. But the aircraft has landed nonetheless. Kill the engines, and we are safely on the roof of the VAB, guys. Holy crap. That was fun. Whew. Alright, well, I think next episode what we'll do is we'll end up sending a new lander up to the moon, and getting that all situated up there. Yeah, I think that's what we'll end up doing. We'll just do a lander mission back out to the moon to hook up with our space lab, and I'm gonna redesign the lander a little bit just so it's a little bit more. I don't want to say economic, but a little bit more efficient, I guess would be the word. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this episode, be sure to drop a like at the bottom of the video if you did indeed like it. So thank you for doing that in advance. If you haven't already, guys, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode of Kerbal Reach and all of the fun adventures we will have on on this brilliant game. And thank you guys for hanging out with me today, and I will see all of you next time.